The 13 Signs of Secret Wealth. Today, we are going to decode the invisible signals of true wealth. And no, we're not talking about the flashy cars or the giant houses you see on Instagram. We're diving deep into the real signs that someone is secretly, genuinely wealthy. Let's get right into it. So it all starts with a scene I bet you can picture. Imagine you're at this barbecue, right? You've got the guy with the fancy car talking loud. And then you have this guy, the quiet one, the one of the old polo shirt, who just casually drops this little financial bomb and then goes right back to his burger. This one moment, it's the absolute key to understanding the difference between looking rich and being rich. And this scene really brings us to what we could call the great wealth illusion. It's this tale of two neighbors. On one side, you have the quiet guy with the old car making these massive financial moves with zero fanfare. And on the other, you've got the guy who's broadcasting his whole lifestyle, the leased Mercedes, the boat, the endless social media posts, but is most likely financing it all right up to his eyeballs. Here's the thing, and it's so important. If you spend your life trying to copy the wrong person, you are absolutely going to end up with the wrong results. So how do you spot the person who's actually wealthy? Well, it starts with their playbook, which is, let me tell you, the complete and total opposite of what we're told wealth is supposed to look like. Let's break down some of their external habits, the things you can actually see. Okay, let's start with the most visible sign, the one that just seems to break people's brains. The #1 car brand for American millionaires is Toyota. Yep. #2 is Honda, and #3 is Ford. You see, they're not trying to make a statement. They're just flat out refusing to light $800 on fire every single month just to impress total strangers at a red light. And the data behind this is absolutely staggering. 86% of all luxury vehicles are driven by non-millionaires. Just let that sink in for a second. So what this means is that the statistically correct response when a brand new luxury SUV rolls by isn't envy. It's probably mild concern. All right, next up, the single biggest financial decision most of us will ever make, our house. The truly wealthy avoid what's known as house poverty. They get that your house kind of controls your entire financial life, from the mortgage to the property taxes to the social pressure to keep up with the neighbors. So what do? They typically buy homes worth only about 1.5 to 3 times their annual income. That's it. And this quote just perfectly nails the mindset. The ambition isn't the giant McMansion. The ambition is financial freedom. I mean, look at Warren Buffett, one of the richest people on the planet. He still lives in the same house in Omaha he bought way back in 1958 for about 31 grand. He understood the house could be a trap, and he just walked right around it. So, what about their clothes? Well, here's the secret. True wealth doesn't need to advertise with giant Gucci logos or flashy monograms. That whole look is almost exclusively for people who are pretending to have wealth. It's all about something called quiet luxury. The idea that if you know, and if you don't, they really don't care. And the data on this is just wild. Research on actual millionaires found that half of them have never, ever paid more than $400 for a suit. Half had never spent more than $235 on a watch. Look, they're not cheap, they're just strategic. They don't spend money on things that won't generate a return. It's as simple as that. But you see, all these external signs, the car, the house, the clothes, they're just the symptom. The real work, the magic, is happening under the hood. There's this powerful hidden engine at work. So let's look at the disciplined internal habits that actually build and sustain all this wealth. First things first, let's just demolish a huge myth. Nearly 8 out of 10 American millionaires are first generation. They didn't inherit it, they built it themselves. A lot of them come in from middle class or even working class families. In fact, some research even shows that adult kids who get regular financial handouts from their parents often end up with a lower net worth. So if they didn't inherit it, how do they build it? Well, this might sting a little if you think prestige equals wealth. The top 5 millionaire-making professions are surprisingly normal. Engineer, accountant, teacher, manager, attorney. Notice what's not on that list? Doctor, tech founder, hedge fund manager. A lot of the time, real wealth is built in these dull, normal businesses that just consistently generate cash. And there is no better example of this principle than the story of Ronald Read. This guy was a gas station attendant and a janitor in Vermont. To everyone who saw him, he was just a man of very modest means. He was famous for being frugal, even chopping his own firewood well into his 90s. But when he passed away back in 2014, his entire community was stunned because it turned out Ronald Read had quietly built a secret stock portfolio worth $8 million. He just bought blue chip stocks and held onto them for decades. a janitor with the discipline of a Wall Street legend. It's an incredible story. This kind of discipline extends to every part of their finances, especially debt. 3 out of 4 millionaires have never carried a credit card balance from one month to the next, ever. They'll use cards to get the points, sure, but then they pay them off in full every single time. They have absorbed, deep down in their bones, that paying 23% interest on stuff that loses value is just financial suicide. So all of this, the discipline, the quiet habits, it all ties into the final and honestly the most important piece of the puzzle, their mindset. It's about how the wealthy view time, risk, and the very purpose of money itself. You see, they are playing a completely different game than everyone else. And this brings us to a super crucial point. Getting rich and staying rich are two totally different skills. Getting rich often means taking risks, being optimistic, putting yourself out there. But staying rich, that's all about defense. It requires humility, frugality, and a healthy dose of paranoia that it could all disappear tomorrow. The truly wealthy play incredible financial defense, and the cornerstone of that defensive game is time. Just look at this timeline of Warren Buffett's wealth. It's just incredible. He starts investing at age 10, but look at that acceleration. Something like 97% of his entire net worth was accumulated after his 60th birthday. His real secret weapon wasn't just being a genius stock picker, it was having an absurdly long time horizon. Buffett's longtime partner, the late, great Charlie Munger, put it a little more bluntly. He said, "The first 100 grand is brutal because you're doing all the heavy lifting yourself. But once you hit that critical mass, your money starts working for you. It's like your money starts hiring more money." The wealthy get this in their marrow, while almost everyone else is still hoping for a result by Friday. And this brings us to the ultimate goal, the deepest sign of them all. The entire point of the money isn't buying more stuff. It's not the Lamborghini. It's buying your time. It's buying freedom. It is waking up in the morning and knowing that you and you alone control your day. So every financial decision gets filtered through one simple question. Does this purchase make me more free, or does it make me more obligated? And maybe the greatest example of this, in all of history, is Chuck Feeney. He co-founded Duty Free Shoppers and built a fortune of $8+ billion. And then he gave it all away, on purpose, by design. His entire life he wore a $15 Casio watch. His goal was for the very last check he ever wrote to bounce. He truly deeply understood the concept of enough. So I'll just leave you with this one question. The next time you see that flashy car, that big house, that loud display of wealth, will your first instinct be envy? Or, now that you know the real signs, will it be a quiet sense of concern? Because the difference between those two reactions, well, that might just be the secret to building real wealth yourself.